very few nations were founded on the idea of reason before the French Revolution. So the American Constitution was conceived of in this Enlightenment framework of a system that made sense and had a certain rationality about it.
And then the next point you're making, which I think is very important, is that the Constitution itself, even though it's a great document, probably as good as there is worldwide for a government to be governed by, but by itself, it doesn't really mean anything if the people's hearts are not in it. And also how you interpret the Constitution. And then you give the example how Abraham Lincoln interpreted the Constitution as plunging the country into civil war to save the country,
right,
then to prove that a country born on freedom is able to sustain itself,
right,
through crises.
Yes, I mean Lincoln undertakes a very important move in especially his Gettysburg Address, his famous address in the middle of the Civil War when it was not clear whether the Union was going to survive or not. And he says, 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now, that is not in the Constitution. It is in the Declaration of Independence. But this idea, and then he says that, and now we are here on this ground of the dead to determine whether such a nation can long endure, and that it will all depend on our dedication to the cause. And therefore, what is a constitution? Literally speaking, it's a bunch of words on paper. It only achieves the purchase that it has if the nation, the people of the nation, dedicate themselves and rededicate themselves time and again to the very principles of the Constitution. And I think Lincoln understood that the Civil War was a war between two sides, one of which was unconditionally devoted to the principles of the Declaration of Independence and to that Constitution. The other side was not the side of the Union. And he emphasizes the degree to which a country, this new nation of America, can only exist and endure to the degree that its citizens, the American citizens, commit themselves and recommit themselves time and again, especially in moments of crisis, to the founding principles of the Constitution. So he, in a true sense, came to the rescue of the Union in that moment of crisis.